Hello and welcome to David's World. And what do we have on today's episode? We have this box. So please stay tuned. Let's see if I made a complete and utter cock-up of what I bought and whether it was worth all the cost that there was shipping this from Australia. So let's watch. Let's see what happens. So let's get going and let's get this box open. I have the paperwork, the invoice for the items. As you say, items, there is more than one. I am not going to have one item shipped from Australia due to how much it costs for postage. And the problem still comes is that even with that, you're still going to get some charges very likely. Now, if you take it, this came through customs. And I got charged customs charge on this. Bad enough comes is that you have to pay the post office £8 just to collect whatever your customs charge is, even if it is less than what they charge. You know, you would think that they would have a better scale than just having to pay them £8, £8 UK just for them to collect the money for the customs charge. You know, it's ridiculous. So on this parcel, for the contents in this box, the VAT was £5.40, and then I had to pay the Royal Mail £8 for collecting the £5.40. So that is something you have to take into account when buying from abroad. Now, I always thought it was £25, which it is if you're going from the EU for having things shipped in. Coming from outside of the EU, it drops to £15. But that also includes you have to pay VAT and customs charges on the postage and the insurance on the item. So technically, you're screwed always. They will get money out of you if the parcel isn't seen as being a gift. And if it gets seen as a gift, there's still limitations to how much you can get sent. So yes, you could sneak in under the radar saying it's a gift, but they didn't. They declared this is pop culture. And so they declared every single thing at its price. So therefore, I got whacked with it being told even before it arrived here that there was going to be a customs charge. Although they said that the charge was going to be the VAT price, which is 20%. And then they were going to do import charges, which is something like 12%. So when I was looking at it, it was going to come to something like £18 before the post office one, because I didn't know how much the post office charged. I had an idea it was something like 8, but I wasn't totally and utterly sure on that fact. So what do I have? And with the big ship, and it did have to do, has it arrived in really good condition? Now, Pop Culture say they pride themselves in shipping and getting it to you in the best condition. I have newspaper. I have, which I actually have got 3 pieces of newspaper. I'm trying to see if it actually says what newspaper it is. But actually, I think I'll probably look through this just to compare prices and how their adverts are different from our adverts. So I'm going to put this one to one side. I'm going to have a look at that. Yes, it's weird, but there you go. But it's just interesting because this is an Australian newspaper. We don't get to see what they see in their papers, so we can't compare our papers to their papers. So that out of the way. So what do I have in my pop culture box? I have 3 pops. I ordered these for a specific reason, and hopefully that will become clear when we look at them. So, which one shall we start with? Which one? I'll leave that one to last, and we'll start with this one. This one? Yeah. Right. Now, I'm starting with this one because, one, I just love the film. And this is from a film, but it was done quite a while ago. The film is dark crystal, and I just don't know what it is, but I just really like the film. So I have looked these up on eBay and Amazon before I even bought them to compare the prices and what they said that they were, and that was the reason why I bought what is in this box. These are not as easy for me to get in the UK, but not only that, they are not as easy to get at a good price, and I will show you that. What I've done is I've converted it because it's in Australian dollars for what I paid for it, but for how much it actually cost me to buy this item from eBay or from Amazon. And I actually have also the breakdown of what Funko app says it's valued at, as well as TDP, which is more of the UK version. Okay, so let's start with what are they valued at. Now, these is really bad, or it really does look immensely bad when you look at the prices, because this pop in America's Funko one says it's only worth £6. In the UK it says it's worth 11. Now, I can't find this pop anywhere in the UK being sold at £11, and definitely not delivered to your door for that price. This does not turn up in any of the shops. None of the dark crystal ones do. It's plain and simple, they just don't. This has never been seen in any UK shop that I have been to. I have not been able to find this. I didn't even know it existed, so that's how rare it is. But I came across it. Now, on Amazon, they price this at £24.50. On eBay, there's a seller selling it for £23.50. So there's a pound saving between eBay and Amazon for this item delivered to you. Now, without postage, we could do that. Yeah, we could. What I'll do is I'm going to tell you how much it is, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide the customs charge by 3, and I'm going to divide the postage by 3. So each have an equal amount of the customs and postage, and I'll put that down below because I actually haven't worked that out. I just thought of that right now. So my price for this from Pop Culture was in pounds, with the exchange rate that we have when I bought this, and because it's the same as what it is now, this item is £9.48. So yes, it is closer to what the value says it is, but it isn't, because when you add postage on, it doesn't come to that price anywhere near it. So therefore, £9.48, the price of this before postage and customs charges. So that's my first one. And then to take it, these aren't the cheapest pops that I have ever got. So therefore, there has to be something about them for me to go to such expense to get them. So, my next one. My next and second pop is a one which I noticed do quite well when I looked them up, that their prices always seem to be pretty high. And, of course, it is a big series for me. Not just now, but in the past. There's old versions of this. This person is very popular. around the world. So when I show you this, if you don't know who it is, I don't know where you've been. So we have Sherlock Holmes with an apple. Actually, it's more like a toffee apple, because it looks like it's got a stick the way he's holding it. And I got this because I am a big Sherlock Holmes fan. So it isn't easy to find Sherlock Holmes for a decent price anyway. And for what I paid for this, quite shocked on price, because when I tell you what I paid for it, when you compare to what it is in Amazon and eBay. So let's do them ones first before I tell you how much this pop actually went for as part of the thing. So back to my page and back to over. On Amazon, £25.30 delivered. On eBay, £26.94 was the cheapest one I could find that was delivered for this precise one. So this time Amazon's cheaper by just £1.60. But how much did I pay for this pop in pounds? Well, let's just say on Funko this pop goes for £9, and on TDP it goes for 14. So nowhere near the 26s and 24s for Amazon and eBay. So it really doesn't match the prices in any of the shops. So how much did I pay? Are you ready? Can't hear you. Do you want me to tell you how much it is? This pop I got at £4.99, which means that if it had included the postage and that lot, this pop was 5 times cheaper than what I could physically get that here. But let's see down below how much I worked out with customs and postage for it. But don't forget that you wouldn't be able to get the postage at that price because they have a minimum amount. It was £19. Well, it was 19 US Australian dollars for the postage, flat rate for sending it tracked international, which is £10.43. Now I think that is fixed for your order. So therefore you can't really, so you could say that you have to look at how much the postage is. So I couldn't just buy one pop, because I would have then at least a £10 postage for getting it to you, which then would make it more dearer than buying it in the shop or buying it from a UK supplier. So this is the reason why I have these other two. This was the pop that I was aiming to get. Now, this joins a whole set almost that I have for this, and this is why I bought it. Now, this is the flocked version of Red from Fraggle Rock. This, in Britain, for me, is only bought online. There is no shops that have the flocked. I've not seen any shops that have had this flocked one in. And this one doesn't come cheap because it's flocked. So, what do we have? And what prices did we come to when we looked them up? Funko has this valued at £7. No way in hell. There's no way this is £7. When you go to TTP, it values it at £17. A bit better, but still impossible to buy at that price. They're pricing it before they add postage on, so therefore it really just makes a mockery of the value of the item, because some people stack the postage instead of the item. So you pay a lot for the postage, even though the postage may be only a couple of quid, you'll be paying £10 or £12 for it. So, what prices could I get this for here in Britain? Right, on Amazon, £24.95 delivered. On eBay, it is £23.50. So therefore, they're really close once again. But once again, for each of these pops, we are over £24 each. And that is the cheapest price I can find these for. Which technically gives us a total, if we bought these three from Amazon, of £74.75. If we bought the three from eBay, it would be £67. But then again, Funko only value these at £22, which definitely shows you that the American site isn't balanced correctly for valuing what these are. Because they valued these three for the price of technically what you can only buy one for, which is disgusting. And that's why you can't really trust Funko's pricing, because it's not accurate. On TDP, it came to a more impressive £42, but still wrong. Still wrong because it's running the same thing, that it's running postage and not including that. Technically, you need a delivered price for items. Now, let's look at what I paid. I had to pay in Australian dollars, and therefore it came to 68 and 6 pence in Australian dollars, which converted down on their terms to £37.38, but on my credit card it went through as £38.39. As I said, much dearer than what anything else I have ever bought. Now we stick the customs and the fees from the post office on, and these three pops come to a whopping £51.85. Now, as you remember, I said if I bought them on Amazon, it would be £74, over 74, and if I bought them on eBay, they would be £67. So therefore, you're looking at round about £16 saving over both of them. So, was it a good idea? I'm very likely never going to buy again from abroad. Not because there's any problem with how they are, but it's just down to how much the postage is, how much down the customs charges are. But don't forget, when Pop in the Box shipped from America, some of this customs charges may start turning up. Guaranteed straight away £8, just no matter what the customs charge would be. So it isn't good, and at some point you're going to have one of your Pop in the Boxes turn up and you're going to have to pay the customs charges on it. So, were we happy buying from Pop Culture? Yes. Are we happy with the total? Not so much with the customs charges, because there was no way that I could have not incurred them, because they don't cover them in the thing. So they could have paid this £5.40 customs, the VAT on the £5.40, and not made me incur the £8 postage charge for them to claim it. So, not so happy with that. Am I happy with the pops? Yes, they are nice and they are what I wanted. So I am happy with them. But this is for you. You must remember, you have to take into account, will I still be happy if I'm buying this item and I have to pay the customs charges on top of the price of what I'm paying for the pop and its postage? What price does that bring the whole package to? And don't forget, many of the ones on Pop Culture and from Australia are the same pops that you can buy here in Britain with all of them charges already covered, and so therefore you might find them cheaper. Leave this type of buying for buying really specific, non-obtainable items that you just cannot buy here in Britain. So that is my parcel. Nice thick box. But you must think about it before you really go to that expense. If these prices for these pops were cheaper here, and by the time you pay the postage and the customs, you might have spent more money than buying them here. You must know what you're doing. You must know the prices. So please like, comment and subscribe, and wait for my next video. So bye for now.